Okay, so hi Go Run Girls, I'm here with Fiona Hayvice. Hi Fiona.
Hi Marie, great to be back.
Thank you so much for joining me last minute. But this is really exciting for me. This is the first interview I've done really overseas using the software, so it's cool that it works.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. So I just want to tell you girls a bit about what Fiona's doing. Fiona is on the Ultra Marathon World Tour currently.
Ultra Trail World Tour.
Right, okay. You're in Italy doing the UTMB.
Correct.
Yes.
I'm I am at the UTMB event, which is made up of a number of different races, and so over a whole week. The last couple of days have been some races. Today another one just started, and the one that I'm doing is tomorrow Friday. In the morning we start, and I'm running 101 kilometres of the course. The full course is 100 miles, so about 160 kilometres, and they start on Friday night.
Right.
So, yeah.
Exciting. So, and the elevation on that is about
6,100 metres.
Yeah.
So, just a little bit of climbing. I've got my poles ready, so I don't usually run with poles or sticks, whatever you want to call them, but for these races in Europe, they're really helpful. So as soon as I got back from Western States, which I ran in June, which was a lot flatter course compared to over here, I got my poles back out again and started training around the hills around home in Wellington. So, yeah.
Wow. Excuse me. Tell us a bit about the atmosphere there at the moment.
Oh, yeah. It's a little bit overwhelming at times. It's but exciting and just a real festival type atmosphere. All these runners from all over the world meeting in one place. Each of the races have got around about 1,500 to 2,000 entrants in them. So as well as all the supporters, families and friends that have come here to the area, it's huge.
It looks like it's buzzing. You put something on Instagram this morning with the atmosphere and down your road.
Oh yeah. Yes, yesterday we had two races that started here in Cormier yesterday. One was 120k race, and the other one was for youth, so 16 to 22-year-olds. And theirs was a 15k race, but still 1,000 meters of climbing. And so during that time, there was lots of festivities, and there was this wonderful music band, a percussion, I guess you could say, moving down the little narrow street that I'm living above. Yeah.
Oh, exciting. And when did you actually arrive there, and what have you done in that time?
Yes. Okay. So I've been here for almost 2 weeks. So I mean, the travel from home takes about over sort of 30 hours by the time you add in the transits and then the drive from. I flew into Milan to get up here to the Alps. So it does take a few days to recover from that. And so when I'm coming this far, I try to allow a couple of weeks just to get over that travel and adjust to the time and different food and climate. Obviously, it's summer over here. And so I've been, when I first got here, just sort of eased into a bit of training again, and then tried to get out and see a little bit of the course. One of the days I ran the first climb, which goes up over the first peak that we'll do tomorrow morning. So it was good to see that, actually. A little bit scary. I was like, what have I let myself in for? But also good to see it because at least I've seen that bit. I know what I'm in for, and yeah.
And so
But
through Italy, Switzerland, and finish in France.
Finish in France, yeah. Finish in Chamonix.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes, in the dark. It'll be dark by the time I get there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm expecting the last few hours to be in the dark, yeah, with my headlamp on. Yes.
And what sort of time are you thinking that you'll do it in?
Yes, the million dollar question. I'm hoping around 15 or 16 hours. So I've based my race plan on that, my nutrition plan. But yeah, we'll just see how it goes.
How do you enter something like this? Are you invited to do this event because of what you're doing on the tour?
Yeah, this one particularly, I was offered a spot through the Ultra Trail World Tour, and that was based on my results from the previous year. So I was allowed to select a race that I wanted to go and represent them at, and I chose this one and was very gratefully accepted to come over here. Other ones on the tour, I just select myself, particularly the ones closer to home, like the Tarawera and the Ultra Trail Australia. I obtain entry different means by obviously knowing the organisers and things like that. So it's a variety. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you prepare for something like this?
Yeah. Yes. How do I prepare? Basically, to start off with, spend a lot of time chatting to my coach, Scotty Hawker, who is actually also running the event here on Friday. He's not running the same race as me. He's running the UTMB starting on Friday night. So it starts off with a lot of discussion with him, working on my training plan, being diligent that I follow that training plan, and then talking with a lot of other athletes who have already, been here and run the event before, picking up tips from them. I've been very fortunate this trip to be staying here in Cormier with a friend that I met back 2 years ago in 2016 when I came over here to Europe to race the first time. Francesca Canape, who's an Italian, and she has run this event numerous times. Basically, the course is in her backyard, and she's kindly, just opened up to all her experience and tips and helping even at the last minute with the gear. We have a lot of mandatory gear that we have to carry, so I brought all my stuff with me from New Zealand, but there's some things that she said, oh no, we can't use that. We can do it a lot lighter, because it's all about trying to make my pack as light as possible. So she had all these pro tips and tricks that she showed me. So it's been fun.
Oh, don't you wish you had someone like that for every race you did?
Yeah, it's true. True.
I remember the last time we talked that you said something really interesting that stuck with me about the training, and that you fit training, around family. You might drop your child off at school and then run back. And how did that all work with training for this race? Was it similar? Did it work for you? There's a lot of mums on the page that are very inspired by you. So, how did it go this time?
Yeah, just similar. It was a matter of squeezing in. Some of the runs I actually did very early in the morning, and part of that actually was to incorporate some time with my headlamp, just to get some practice in the dark, because that's going to be an important part of this event. But again, running during school hours, relying on my very loyal and supportive husband to take care of Spike, you know, in the early mornings and get him off to school. Sometimes I would be running back in the door to have my second breakfast, and they'd be heading off out the door to school. So yeah, quite a bit of a lot of organising, and I think I've probably mentioned last time, I just make sure I put everything in the calendar, and then at the start of the week and get a good visual of how it's all going to slot into each other, but also being a little bit flexible with that too. So yeah, if things come up at school or sickness or anything like that, it's then being able to adapt and not sort of throw your toys and say, oh, I can't fit it in now. You just have to juggle it around and find another way to make it work.
I suppose your training is right up there anyway, so your fitness level is, you know, very high when you're training, so that if you were to miss a big run, it wouldn't matter so much? Or does it?
It probably wouldn't. I think some of it's a bit of a mental thing. Like I don't do so well if I have missed a session, and so that makes me keep on top of things as well, because I want to be feeling like I am doing my best to keep up with to do the training, and then I can come here and know that I have done all the everything I could possibly do in the time and that I have available to me, or have made available to myself, and so I can turn up to the start line and just feel prepared and think back about all that training and think that I'm ready to take on the challenge. So so
my next question for you is, do you have, what are your fears going into it? There must be something that you feel maybe not as confident about, or something happened in training that's made you feel a little bit, hope this doesn't go wrong, or did you experience any injuries when you were training that may come up?
I haven't had any significant injuries that I can think of, but I think one of my fears with all these long races is, will my body hold up? Like, is it in a good enough condition to last that whole 100 k's or 160 k's or however long it is? It's just like a little fear, like, will something go wrong, and start to feel a pain that comes from somewhere. But where am I going with that? The climbing, the climbs here are very long compared to what I have available at home to train on. So that's going to be a challenge, to keep focused and keep my mind, really focused on the climb. But I think it's just always thinking there will be a top. There is a top, there is an end point, and then I get to go down the other side. So that's going to be a big focus for me. I feel I'm not so fast on the descents as a lot of people, so that's probably my weakness. Thankfully, from what I know of the course here, the descents aren't too steep and technical, and the good thing is here also even though there are about 5 big climbs, there are also some good stretches of really runnable, undulating type terrain. So we had to actually get some good running in as well.
Just out of interest, what mountains did you climb in New Zealand to train for this?
Oh, okay. So, well, I live on the south coast in Wellington, and so just basically straight out from home, I've got a peak called Hawkins Hill. I hope I've got the name right. And it's about 500 meters. And so, and then there are, it's hard to explain, but there, and I'm living at sea level. So, and it takes, it's about a 4 to 5 kilometers to get up there. And then from there, there are a number of gullies that and different trails that descend and ascend from that dome. So I was sort of just going down every gully I possibly could and back up another route to get the overall climb that I needed to get for my sessions. Yeah.
Okay, so any other questions that I've got for you? I wanted to get your advice to any of the girls out there that wanted to do something similar. I know you've definitely gone further than 100k, but this is quite different with the elevation. But just if the girls wanted to get into ultra running, it doesn't have to be at this level, but your advice on how they do that.
Yeah, well, it's just about, obviously these are people that are running already. Yep. Okay. So I would say it's just to start off with, it's about increasing your mileage, or the time that you're on your feet, and a good way to do that is to find somebody else that is interested to do that with you. Like if you can find someone that can get out on a Saturday morning with you, or Sunday, or midweek if you're a mum and try and do it through school time, that'll always help to have someone else to go out with. And then try and find an event close, local event close to you. And there are some, for example, in Wellington, we've got the Woo 2K, which was in its 3rd year. We just had that in June, yeah. And that had a sort of a marathon distance and a 60k distance. So they're both, actually, it has to be over a marathon to be classified as an ultra, but the 60k was definitely an ultra, but a shorter ultra. So if you can find something that sort of distance to start off with, Tarawera is another good one. If you can get up to Rotorua, because they've got the 50k they're going to be doing in February, and also if you're not quite up to that, start off a bit, start off shorter and do some other trail events at around the 20k mark. I believe they're also doing a 20k like on Friday or something before the main Tarawera events. So yeah, there's a lot. I mean, New Zealand, we're very fortunate. There are a lot of opportunities to get out and do trail running events, and you'll find that you have so much more energy running in an event rather than going out and doing 20Ks on your own, to having all those people and the atmosphere and the volunteers helping you along the way, and if your family and friends are there as well. It's a really positive vibe.
So what's next for you after this? Time have a break, or are you still on the tour?
I probably will have a little bit of a break after this one. I actually haven't committed to anything for the second half of the year, but I have a couple of ideas in the pipeline. But first of all, get back to my boys. I haven't seen them for a couple of weeks, so probably almost 3 weeks by the time I get home, because it takes about 2 or 3 days to travel back. I'm looking forward to spending some time with them.
I bet you are. Okay, well, that is it from me. I better wrap it up before the computer goes off. But thank you so much for coming on, and the best of luck.
Thank you, Marie.
I noticed that we could watch you because they have live results.
Yeah, that's right. The coverage is like as far as ultra and trail running goes, the coverage is phenomenal. If you go onto their website, the UTMB website, I'm just thinking if I haven't got it up at the moment, but there's links to all the races. You can see, track and see how everyone's going. And then over on the right-hand side, there's live TV, UTMB TV, and they have English-speaking commentators. You can watch the starts, the finish. Also at all the aid stations, they have TV footage going on. It's quite crazy. I've been watching it a lot. Sorry?
I'll try and stick the link under.
Yes.
So that...
Great. I'll send that over to you.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.
Well, have the best time. Can't wait to see how you go and all our love from New Zealand.
Thank you, Marie.
Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye.
Bye.